lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. We Simon that bar we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. In unity we go dey strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we dey fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall. Maka Biafra, we don't put our onye ndu. Yeah, Simon Ekpa,
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said, unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots.
I want to let the world understand what the so-called founding fathers of the Zoological Republic actually said about Nigeria. Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs. They do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. Nigerian unity is only a British invention. Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, 1948, a founding father of Nigeria. The second one, Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigeria is a mere distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria and those who do not. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, 1947. Now, lastly, let me tell you what Nnamdi Azikiwe said in 1964 after the so-called independence of Nigeria. It is better for us and many admirers abroad that we should disintegrate in peace and not in pieces. Then, should the politicians fail to heed this warning, then I will venture the prediction that the experience of Democratic Republic of Congo, which is Katanga, will be a chance play if ever it comes to our turn to play such a tragic role. These are the historical facts that nobody can deny. We have it in abundance. So, their three founding fathers have, none of them actually believed in one Nigeria. All their founding fathers. But tomorrow now, you see Guardian write the founding father. Our founding fathers will be disappointed. But your founding fathers never believed in one Nigeria. It is here now.
The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell them, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Umahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
The path we are pursuing is a path of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight. I was told that in Kuwait, they have categories of citizenship. They have the first class one, the second, the third, and the fourth. Is that what you said? They said those who are in the first class are those of them that fought the Iraqis when they came. Is that correct? Some people stayed here and they fought. They knew they would be outnumbered and overwhelmed. But out of honor and dignity, they stayed and they fought. And between you and me, I'm being very honest, if there is one thing we don't have as black people, we don't have honor, we don't have dignity.
The police we have in our land are terrorists in uniform. The army we have in Biafra land are basically terrorists. They are there to aid and to support Fulani Janjaweed advancement to the Atlantic Ocean. And we are there to stop them. And we are stopping them and will continue to stop.
All right. So we are reading from the book of Obadiah from chapter 1. Are you all listening? Let me repeat it again. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10, say, for violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever. All of you have seen the way the people who claim to be fighting for Biafra, you know that this is a special week we are, okay? What has happened today? Some of them, all the things they have done in the past, they have gone back to it and start taking glory. They are taking glory. After they wage violence against their own brother. Let me read from 11. In this one, go to Nigeria. In the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers carried captive his forces, when foreigners entered his gate and cast lot for Jerusalem, even you were as one of them. Hey! Are you people following? The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 11, said, in the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers, Fulani government and their politicians, strangers carried captive his forces, when strangers entered his gate, when strangers entered our land and they cast lots for Jerusalem, even you, the people that claim they are fighting for Biafra, even you were one of them. Even you were one of the strangers. Even you were one of those who have come to carry the forces captive.
I want to encourage every Biafrans to be very, very, very resolute and focused. The difference between us, the Biafra people, and those that are blackmailing and propagating all manner of falsehood against us is that they are two-faced people, corrupt, very unbalanced people, and we are not two-faced. These people that are parading and spreading all this falsehood against us are those who believe in Biafra and they believe in Nigeria.
Only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect. Obato Obie is coming out and will soon be with us. We are very, very happy that, and we will just let the process play out. The Finland government is not the zoo government. Finland is not Kenya. There are differences between what happened to our leader in Kenya and Finland. So Obatobie is coming out. Is gonna be with us as quickly as possible, and then we will take this to the final line. Just Biafrans, just know that we will just continue to do what we are doing. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the mandates, and that's something briefly I wanted to talk about today to Biafrans. Some of you that have listened to the voice, again, I am not going to address anything anybody does not say about me or about United States of Biafra. That is one promise I give. My target is the Fulani terrorist state, Nigeria, the Tinubu terrorist government, Christopher Musa's terrorist government that reintegrates and rehabilitates non-terrorists to come to our Biafra land and kill us. Christopher Musa, the Nigerian defense chief, was saying that since Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has been restricted by the Finnish government, that there has been peace in Biafra land. That is a lie. That is deceitful. Because the killings that happened in Biafra territory, in the Oshu territory, in different parts of Biafra land, in Ebonyi state, between January 1 and now, is so much. So, Christopher, Defense Minister of Nigeria, shame on you to say that since our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has been restricted, there has been peace in Southeast. Who are you deceiving? Who are you lying to? Why are you lying? Why are you saying that? Who are you trying to please? You know you are not saying the truth. You can only say that to some mediocres that do not know what you are doing behind the scene.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected wherever you are joining us from. I welcome you to this amazing program, and I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of you that have connected. I say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. And most importantly, I wish you all a very happy weekend. It is another weekend program. I welcome everyone that has connected. Happy weekend, happy weekend, happy weekend. I know some of us have had a very tough week, and some of us had a very wonderful week. Some of us have experienced one thing or the other throughout the week. And finally, today, here are we to conclude the week, and it is weekend. Today is Saturday. Saturday is the conclusion, and Saturday also is a very important day to every one of us that is in this very United States of Biafra today. You know what Saturday is. It is a very important day and date for us. A time we don't joke with. There are two important days that Biafrans never joke with. This is Saturday and Monday. Saturday and Monday. These 2 days are very important to the United States of Biafra citizens. We don't play with that day. Saturday and Monday, they are very special to us. Even in our weekend, as we are relaxing, it's a very important day for us to prepare to fund and defend the Biafran territory. It is a day we gather together to do fundraising, collectively raise funds to defend our fatherland. And Monday, as you all know, is a day that we gather together to delegitimize the Nigerian government in Biafra territory, engage in civil disobedience, and let the world know that we are no longer under the control of the zoological republic called Nigeria. A day we come out to speak in a very loud voice, and we have been doing that now for many years. And we will continue to do so until we get to our father's land. My fellow Biafrans, I welcome every one of you. For those who are joining us on this platform for the very first time, I want you to remember that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and under the Supreme Command of Mazen Nandekan. Today, under the control and order of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, the COS, who is standing in today as the surrogate for the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is where we stand and continue to stand. Again, for the record, in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We don't come here to push any blackmail or propaganda against anybody. In this platform, what we do is to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. In this platform, we come here to bring the plight of the Biafrans before the whole world, to tell the world what is happening to the Biafran people, to expose the atrocities of Nigerian government against the Biafrans in Biafra territory. Those things they don't want the world to see, we show it to the world clearly. We tell our stories, the truth and nothing but the truth. We don't allow the enemies to hijack the story and continue to push lies against us. That is why we take our time to debunk every lie against our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. We debunk every lie against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And we debunk every lie against our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nandekan, and lies against the Biafran people. In this platform, we try as much as possible to set the record straight and say things the way they are without being politically correct. No political correctness. We say it the way it is. The war going on in Biafra land, the genocide that the Nigerian government is committing in Biafra land, we bring it out to the whole world to see. They try to hide it on so many occasions, but we will not allow them to hide it. We will continue to shout on top of our voices to let the world know what is happening, and that is exactly what we are doing on this platform. And we will continue to do until we exit the zoo completely. We will continue to pass this message. And the world is listening and they hear it. And I bet you that whatever we are doing on this platform is going very, very far. Remember, every morning when we come here, it is always an interactive section. You are free to join us live on this program and make your contribution. If you are watching me from TikTok or you're watching me from the Facebook and you want to join us live and appear in this program, the only place you can do that is on YouTube. If you can find us on YouTube, David Herbert channel on YouTube. Once you get to David Herbert channel on YouTube, in the comment section, you're going to see the link for you to join. Click on that link and you'll find yourself on the program. The only thing that qualifies you to join us on this program is to be a human being. As long as you're human, you can join us. No restrictions. You are entitled to your opinion, whether you are a Biafran or non-Biafran, whether you believe in Biafra or not, whether you are African or American or wherever you are coming from. If you deem it fit for you to come in and speak to us, use the link on the comment section and join us. If you have a question to ask, maybe there is something you're hearing about us that you're not too sure about, come and ask the question. If you have a contribution or suggestion to make your suggestion and contribution. The only thing we ask that when you are appearing on our platform, make sure you appear in a decent manner. You must put on some clothes, don't appear with singlet. Put on some your clothes so that the whole world is watching and we are representing a government as we are presenting. We can't build another zoo. We must always present ourselves worthy and presentable before the whole world. As you are speaking, the members of the cabinet are watching us on this program. The Secretary of Information is watching and observing what we are doing. The Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, is also observing us. And I bet you our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, is observing what we are doing on this platform. And we can't go out of line. All we do is to speak the truth and nothing but the truth and project Biafra to the whole world. Say things the way they are. When you join us, the only thing we ask from you as you join us is try as much as possible to be civil in your discussion. Whatever thing you want to say on this platform, try as much as possible to be civil. You are entitled to your opinion. You can show your grievances, your annoyance, your disapproval. It is okay, but do it in a civil manner. You don't come here cussing out people or using vulgar words. We will not allow that. As long as you abide by these simple rules, you will have all the time to express yourself here. And I bet you your voice is going to go to the length that you wouldn't believe. I appreciate everyone that have joined us once again. We have come to do what we know how to do best, and it is weekend. Happy weekend once again. Today, the title of the message we are going to discuss about today, it says, Busted, the beginning of the end to saboteurs and blackmailers, as USB Deputy Prime Minister rise to the occasion. The saboteurs and the blackmailers, their end has come. The beginning of their end. Every single one of us today that is a Biafran, and you are following events, you must have seen a lot of things. Every single one of us that is following events, if you are genuinely a Biafran and you are following events, not those who are not following up that will come up and begin to say things that they are not sure about. When we talk in this platform, we speak based on evidence, on things that we see. And it is not to blackmail anybody or to talk against anybody, but we work based on what those people present. More especially when it comes to those who have broken away from the structure. The structure that Master Simon Ekpa Njoku kept, they continue to dance around and they continue to expose themselves, thinking that they are exposing someone. Each time they make a move, they disgrace themselves. Each time they make a move, they disgrace themselves. And their end has come. But it's unfortunate that you cannot shame the shameless. When you are dealing with somebody who is shameless, it is very difficult because you can't shame the shameless. The more you try to educate them or try to shame them, the more they bring themselves out. You can never shame the shameless. And that is why we will continue exposing everything we see around them and educating Biafrans about the atrocities of these individuals, wherever they are. They are not relenting in pushing propagandas, and their propaganda can only get hold of those that have little mind. But why we have to speak about these issues is because it is necessary for record purposes, so that you wouldn't say you wouldn't hear. There are some people who say they were not told that they didn't hear. That is why we do what we do on our program. Following the footsteps of the government. Whatever the government speaks about is what we speak about. Whatever government doesn't talk about, we don't talk about it. That is how we do. And in this very platform, I bet you we will continue to direct you on the right path. We don't know it all, and nobody knows it all. We are also willing and ready to take corrections where necessary from everyone and every Biafrans. My fellow Biafrans that are watching wherever you are watching this program from, I appreciate every one of you as you have all stand up and stand strong until we get to the end of the road. And when you see, like some of you that visit these platforms, of those who have broken away from the structure, who gave themselves different titles and different names, most of them, we don't even know what to call them and how to address them. But you know the people I'm talking about. For those of us who are coming across their platforms, you will see what they are doing today, that they are completely confused. These are a bunch of people who have sold their soul to the devil. And there is no going back. And that is how dangerous it is for you to betray the Son of Man. That is how dangerous it is. I have said it several times here, that as many as are fighting against Biafra, denigrating Biafra and destroying the structure, that their punishment is going to be worse than that of Judas. Judas did not have an opportunity for repentance. Judas, even when he repented, he could not receive that forgiveness because he ended his own life before the forgiveness came. And the same thing is going to happen in this very struggle. So many people today who have gone astray and betrayed Biafra will not have that opportunity of repentance. Those of them who have intentionally, those who know the truth, they were there in the forefront, they know the truth, and they decide to go against the truth. These are people that knows the fact, the ABC of everything we are saying, the structure, they know it. And they intentionally begin to deceive people. Every one of you that have made these children of Chukwu Okekabia when they fall astray, you will not have the opportunity to receive repentance. Even though you repent, before the forgiveness will come, you are going to go down. Some of them, I can tell you, their conscience has already been sealed, that there is no escaping route. They will only continue to sink themselves more deeper into that ocean until they disappear completely. It is sad that it is happening, but these things must happen for us to have a sane society where Biafrans can exist in love, harmony, and unity. We want to build a Biafra of truthfulness, a Biafra where everybody will be accountable to what they do, a Biafra where people will be afraid of Chukwu Okekabia, where people will be working with their conscience, a Biafra where the poor, the rich, the educated and uneducated will be on equal level and enjoy the same level of free hand to do what they want to do and expand and grow according to their own capacity. We don't want a Biafra of liars. We do not want a Biafra of wicked men and women. We don't want a Biafra of deceivers, fraudsters. That is not the Biafra we are looking for. That is why the sanitization that is going on now must continue to go on. It must continue to go on until we get to promised land. It is unfortunate when I see what some of them are doing online today. I wonder if these people were the people I was sitting on the same platform with, on a joint broadcast to broadcast. I begin to ask myself, is this the same people I was sitting on the same platform to broadcast with? When I see what they are doing on their platform, what they are saying, it is heartbreaking and sad. But I thank Chukwu Okekabia and what is happening. I thank Chukwu Okekabia for the separation of the chaff from the wheat that is happening so far. So many of them have gone insane completely. So many of them have gone insane completely. And our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, a mother, in all her kindness, has been able to prescribe some drugs for them. You know her profession, how to treat mad people. Those people who are insane, who cannot know their left and right, who cannot be able to differentiate between good and evil. Unfortunately, the time has come for them to be treated. Even though they don't deserve the treatment, but yet, out of love, out of kindness, out of pity, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, has decided to prescribe treatment for them. And I hope they will make use of this opportunity to save themselves. If they don't, it is going to be worse. If they don't, it is going to be worse. And I want you to watch this. I want to read this. This is what our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, wrote on her platform about 7 hours ago on X. And she wrote this because of what you're saying. Many of you must have seen this video. Many of you must have seen this video. I don't want to begin to show their face on my platform because they don't deserve it. Most of you must have seen this video. So look at what our Deputy Prime Minister wrote. He said, psychosis is a mental disorder characterized by a disconnection from reality. Psychosis. A mental disorder characterized by disconnection from reality. Symptoms include delusions, hallucinations, talking incoherently, and agitation. The person is not aware of his or her behavior. Treatment include medication and therapy. This is what most of them are suffering from. Free, the Deputy Prime Minister have been able to give them a free diagnosis and also treatment. Free of charge. This is what most of the people who you see today jumping right and left, claiming they are fighting for Biafra or for freedom. This is what they are suffering for. But it's certain that they don't know about it. But as kind as our Deputy Prime Minister is, she has been able to, free of charge, give them the lesson, diagnose them, and give them the treatment. I believe that most of them must have seen this treatment and this prescription. They must have seen this diagnosis. And for some of them that still have some common sense, they can apply it and use it for themselves. And I just hope that they will be delivered. But as for their repentance and forgiveness, Chukwu Okike Abiama will decide. It is so sad. And what you see our Deputy Prime Minister said is exactly what some of them are suffering from. A lot of them are in delusion, serious delusion. They are deluded. They don't even know what they are doing. They don't know what they see. Some of them are hallucinating. Hallucination. They just wake up and imagine something. They begin to imagine things in their mind and begin to believe it. They create something in their mind and they believe it, and they just feel that everybody is following them. That people will just buy it. That is what they are suffering from. Talking incoherently. They talk anytime. They can talk one thing today, tomorrow they say another thing. That is what most of them come. Today they will come and they will pray. After they pray, the next day they tell their pastor. The next day they are native doctor. The next day they are using egg. The next one they are using Bible. The next one they are using. This is incoherently, talking incoherently. And this is what we see in their attitude. Every time they are agitated, in every little thing you see them, they are agitated. When you make a speech, even when it doesn't concern them, when you make a speech for the progress of the restoration of Biafra, when you try to promote Biafra before the whole world, when you want to speak for Biafra, they get agitated. You are not talking about them. You are talking about our collective interest to promote Biafra, to legitimize Biafran government. They get agitated. This is their behavior. And I want you to take time and discover those that have this behavior. Take time, find those that have this behavior. You will see them. They are not difficult to find. Those who are deluded. When you watch their video, you see the way they behave. You see, no, they are living in delusion. When they talk, you see that they are hallucinating. When they talk, you see incoherently. That's how they talk. So you see incoherency in their talk. You will know them, identify them, and stay away from them. As for them, this is a free treatment. A free treatment that our Deputy Prime Minister, the COS, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, have given them. Free. They should go for medication. Go and seek for medication. And also go for therapy. If they want us to go further to prescribe drugs for them, we can do that. But let them first of all accept what is wrong with them and know that there is treatment for their problem. When they accept that, then we can now move from there. So, my fellow Biafrans, as the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, is moving forward in expanding Biafra and showing us the way, uniting the Biafran people together to forge ahead into victory, they are agitated. They don't want, just like the Janjaweed, when they see that Biafrans are getting united, they began to push all the buttons they have. Even though their buttons are not effective, they began to push all buttons, begin to touch all manner of things in order to distract what the Biafrans are doing. So many of you who are very, very conversant and constant online must have seen the letter writers. They have written another letter. They have brought another note to confuse themselves. And each time they bring those right up, it's always destroyed them, because except for those who are not following this struggle from day one, except for those who are not hardcore followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, those are the people that will begin to think, oh, maybe or maybe not. But nobody that follows the events of Biafra will see all those letters they are circulating and pay attention to it. I think we are going to take time to read some of those letters. Most of you must have seen it because it is in the public. And this thing, they are repeating the same thing. Remember, repeating the same thing. During the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that was how the DOS was always forming letter. After the first message came, which is the original message, the very first message is the original message. It came. The DOS refused to obey that message. Allow Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko to broadcast on Radio Biafra and talk to Biafran people. That instruction was passed. The very first message that was delivered. Allow Mazi Simon Ekpa to take charge and continue to speak Biafrans until I come back. That was the very first message that was delivered from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and it was the accurate message. And when that message came, the devil now entered the people who are jealous, who are angry, who have their own personal motive and intentions, and they began to wage their war. The Karo White lawyer started his own magic. The DOS started every one of them began to come out from their hiding places, and they came together and grouped and started their war against Mazi Simon Ekpa. After the first original message, after that message, every other thing that was coming behind was always corrupted to suit their evil agenda. Everything that came was corrupted to suit their evil agenda until Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, the Prime Minister, defeated them through the support of all the Biafrans who opened their eye, and we were watching and reading between the lines. History have repeated itself again. In this case, the very first message that came from Mazi Simon Ekpa, after he was taken away from our midst, was to appoint his surrogate to take charge until he's come. Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, take charge until I come back. It was a very clear message. Not corrupted, uninterrupted. And the message was delivered. When the message came, all hell broke loose. Now they went back and begin to concoct and dilute other messages that are coming. They went ahead and began to write letters, just like the DOS wrote letter. They wrote letter, they say we should stop this at home. Different kinds of letters. Now they are writing theirs. They just released a new letter. They claim that somebody somewhere who claimed to be the lawyer of Mazi Simon Ekpa gave them the letter to publish, and they publish it. Some of these clowns think they are smart, but they are not. Because when you are not standing on the truth, you always continue to make mistake. When you are not standing on the truth, you will continue to make mistake. Every step you take, you make a mistake. Because you are not standing on the truth. And I would like us to go further and read those letters that these people were parading. Let me see. In one of those, and for some of you that are visiting their platform, there is one thing that happened lately in their platform. They brought out, I think they brought out, they wrote a text on their platform, and they said that their criminal lobbies can no longer be able to use his Twitter handle, that they want to hack his Twitter handle. And because of that, he cannot post, because he has not been posting for days now, he's not posting. And they say henceforth that he will be posting through their own handle. That the criminal lobbies will be posting through their own criminal handles. Who cares? They are done, and we are done with them, and we are done. But we know what transpired there. We know what transpired. If your Twitter handle had a problem, you open another Twitter or you resolve it. Announcing to Biafrans that your lobbies, your criminal lobbies will not be posting through your handle. Make no sense for us. We don't care about that. It makes no sense, even though we know what transpired. That was what they wrote before. Then we began to see this letter they released. And I would like to read the letter so that every one of us will follow up and know what is happening. Because we cannot, there are certain things we don't have to keep silent. When certain things come out, we have to address it. For those that doesn't have the mind to digest things, we will help them to digest it. That is why we bring out informations and we show you. This is a letter that was wrote. You see their letter-headed line. It said it's their lawyer. And they claim that the lawyer is the lawyer of Mazi Simon Ekpa. I think it is the same woman they dragged to the same woman they brought to their live program. They are still dragging her along. They are still using her to blackmail themselves from pushing their idiotic agenda that doesn't make any sense. And we are going to read this letter that was given to them together so that we can understand what these idiots are doing and how idiotic they are. They will continue to make this their mistake in every move they make. All we have to do is to sit and watch them destroy themselves, because the beginning and the end have already started, and they have seen it. Now they have lost out on the propaganda of the men on the ground. They know that the propaganda of the men on the ground does not work. The threats they are threatening the men on the ground cannot even work anymore. Now they are coming back again to their lawyer and using the write-ups. Letter doesn't move us. When you write this one, write it. Just first of all, they wrote and they said the first one they wrote before was the lobbies. Somebody, a law firm that Mazi Simon came live and told us that Aman Dabiri has been placed to advise the government on U.S. policy and also help in the relationship and recognition of Biafra in the United States. That is the sole job of Aman Dabiri. That is why that very law firm was contacted to advise the government on U.S. Biafra relationship. Strictly on that. That is the assignment. Spelled out. Mazi Simon Ekpa talked about, he said it himself. Their assignment is not to come and control the structure of Biafra. not to come and stand as the lawyer of the Biafran people. No. The United States of Biafra already had our lawyer. We had our lawyer. When we were in Brigi, we had our lawyer. And when we have moved, stepped from Brigi to the United States of Biafra, the lawyer was aware. And the lawyer, Dr. Levy, is still very much around with us. He has appeared in so many programs. He has given advices and continue to give advices. Most of the documents today that are being sent to countries for recognition are written and endorsed by him. A lawyer that is for the United States of Biafra. But this bunch of clowns who think they are dealing with people that doesn't have brain, they went out and begin to issue a threat. And they thought that maybe when the deputy prime minister sees that, oh, she will run away. Just like they are using hidden numbers to call her and say they are FBI. They will hide under a secret number and call her FBI. As they're making their call, she went further to go to FBI and make a report against Nigerian government, against Turubu, against Musa, and against Bianca Ono. And today you can see the result of all those reports coming out. But still, these idiots don't learn their lesson. They think that all this nonsense is going to move us. This is the letter they said they brought from that woman who they are projecting as the lawyer of Master Simon Ekpa. Look at what the woman wrote for them. Or they wrote and maybe the woman gave them the letter heading to write and they wrote it. And I'm going to read so that we can follow up and understand. He said, to the legitimate governing body of the United States of Biafra, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Brigi, and all Biafran beloved brothers and sisters. He said, to the legitimate body, if this woman knows anything about Biafra, she cannot write this because we have only one United States of Biafra, which is legitimate. That legitimate body was the body that every human being saw on the 29th of November. On the 29th of November, everybody was, including these idiots and these clowns that are running away, they were there. Biafra, the United States of Biafra was declared. Was declared openly. It was declared. And Biafrans celebrated and endorsed it. And this, whoever wrote this is just talking about to the legitimate governing body of the United States of Biafra. And then he came down and wrote Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Brigi, and all Biafran beloved brothers and sisters. And we went further. He said, Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa's statement. Say Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa's statement. To begin this direct message from His Excellency Obong Simon Ekpa Njoko, my brother, when did our Prime Minister begin to answer Obong? I want everyone to tell me which year did the Mazi Simon Ekpa decide to add Obong to his name? Have you ever seen any documents anywhere or any time Mazi Simon Ekpa addressed himself as Obong? As far as I know, and all of us know, Mazi Simon Ekpa is a Biafran, an Igbo Biafran for that matter. And Obong is not one of his titles. It's not one of his titles. Now, that very introduction speaks volume. You know what Obong is, and you know where that language is coming from. That language you saw there, Obong Simon Ekpa Njoko, it speaks volume. And that very title alone destroys everything they are going to write in this very paper. Everything that is written in this letter, this very title renders everything irrelevant. You know, that is how Chukwu Okabem always expose them. When he wants to expose them, they will make that simple mistake. And they will never see it until it destroys them. You can imagine what somebody is writing. To begin this direct message from His Excellency, Obong Simon Ekpa Njoko. Of course, when you hear this Obong, you know who wrote this letter. Now you understand who wrote the letter and send it to the person that typed it. Now you understand who wrote the letter. And we continue to read. He said, I first clarify my position as his authorized spokesperson. The lady said that she is the only authorized spokesperson. Authorized spokesperson. I work as his long-time civil lawyer under the legislation and ethics concern, and our relationship enjoys attorney-client privilege with large possibility to communicate orally, freely in a specially organized and ensured safe negotiating space. Only the two of us present. Let's listen. He is overjoyed that the restoration of independence of his holy home country, Biafra, was declared in his hometown, Lati. Here, the writer of this letter said that our prime minister is overjoyed and overwhelmed. He is happy that Biafra has been declared in his hometown, Lati. He is happy that it was done. However, there are recent events that makes him not only deeply worried, but totally disappointed. Okay? He is very angry that some certain persons and artificially created entities under them have been directly disobeying his clear order and commands. The first command disobeyed was his clear and simple instruction for everybody to fall back to the original structure of Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Are you listening? Meaning, its original form and composition. In the beginning, Prime Minister asked Madam Dr. Ngozi as his chief of staff to take care of the daily errand on. Just be following. He said in the beginning, our COS was the one that was told to take charge. Just hold on. Yeah, take care of daily activities on his behalf while he is away. Nothing more, nothing less. Not to dissolve or to create. You see, that very part of the message now was the very first message that Mazi Simon Ekpa sent, where he told Dr. NgoziOrabueze to be his surrogate. And that is the original message that was gotten. And now they have gone ahead to begin to corrupt that message. Just like it happened in the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The very first message Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sent was Mazi Simon Ekpa to take charge. Go to Radio Biafra. Begin to speak to Biafra, direct affairs until I come. And they corrupted it and begin to attach so many other things to it, asking Mazi Simon Ekpa to deliver his platform, asking Mazi Simon Ekpa to swear an oath, asking Mazi Simon Ekpa to do this and do that. And they corrupted it, and they went ahead to begin to write so many letters coming, fake. The same thing is repeating itself. The very first part that was written when Mazi Simon Ekpa told them that Dr. NgoziOrabueze will be his surrogate, none of these idiots obeyed it, including the people that are writing this letter, the people that wrote it. They refused to obey that instruction. The only people that disobeyed the order of our prime minister was these idiots. In one of our cabinet meetings, one of them came in and said that he would never, ever be loyal to Dr. NgoziOrabueze. One of these idiots said it in a cabinet meeting. Some of the voice message that we are sending in the group of the cabinet is something that you don't even, no human being need to hear in their ear. The kind of insult they were rendering on her. That was after that very first order came. All of them, all hell break loose. None of them obeyed that order. That appointment that was given to Dr. NgoziOrabueze to run errand for Mazi Simon Ekpa, you can continue to interpret it and try to bend it and shoot it the way you can use to twist it. The order was so straight. Surrogate, take charge until I come. And for the only reason Mazi Simon Ekpa was able to tell her to teach her is because she knows much more than any other person knows about the structure of the government of the United States of Biafra. She has much more information than every other person. She might not know everything, but she has much information than any other person when it comes to the structure on what is to be done, on how it to be done. But none of them obey this instruction. That's what the original message. And now let us go to the other part of the message. You now see how they are forming their criminality. Now you go to the other paragraph. Let us read the other paragraph. In the other paragraph, he says, his detention, having prolonged for more than originally expected, led to his second instruction. This is where now they came. This is where now they came to corrupt the message, just like the DOS did. In this the one they call the second instruction, that is where they began to corrupt the message. After they have seen the first one, all hell break loose. And they began to attach so many things to it. Look at the second instruction as they wrote on their own word. It's a second instruction, which was to elect a real acting prime minister. He said that instruction of Man Assembly was to elect a real acting prime minister for the brigade. The outcome of the vote, which Mazi Simon Ekpa fully support, was, and when you say elect, who is the person that is supposed to conduct the election? That is the question you ask this woman. This is somebody who claims to be a lawyer. You claim to be a lawyer, yet you know nothing. Maybe I don't think she's the one that wrote it. Because what he said, his detention, having prolonged for more than originally expected, led to his second instruction. Now look at the second instruction, which was to elect a real acting prime minister for the brigade. Even if it were to elect, even if this message was true, who is the one that has the right to conduct this election? The outcome of the vote, which vote are you talking about? Which vote? Who conducted? How? Who has the authority to conduct such vote? And she jumped that and began to say, the outcome of the vote, which Mazi Simon Ekpa fully support, was that Mr. Ogenkere, that I don't know where they came about. Number one, who was supposed to conduct that very election? Who has the authority to conduct the election? Judging from the very first message that was sent, and somebody was made a surrogate to guide and protect and deliver everything according to how it to be, they disobeyed. And they went ahead now. They said they brought second instruction, and the instruction was to elect a acting prime minister. And now, in that election and in that message, they now run away from the very first instruction was given, and now they began to go their separate ways to do their own thing the way they deem fit. And I ask, who we are supposed to conduct this election to make it legitimate, or to make it acceptable, or to make Mazi Simon Ekpa back it? And to whom was that message directed to? And she went ahead to reveal their plans, and she went ahead and said, which she fully support, was that Mr. Ogenkere, in addition to being the finance minister of Brigade, that Ogenkere should be the finance minister, at the same time being the deputy prime minister. And this person they are calling his name is somebody we don't know his identity. Nobody knows his identity. We don't know even his qualification. We do not know his identity. We don't know his qualification. We don't know his experience in life. And then Mazi Simon Ekpa will be out there and to give instruction or direct and support such a person to have somebody that have a questionable character who was not even able to give account while Mazi Simon Ekpa was around. And they say, should start, and she went ahead to write, say, should start his work as an acting prime minister with the full powers of the office, including leading and representing the interest of the United States of Biafra. Look at how confused they are. Incoherent, just as our prime minister said. Just as our deputy prime minister said, incoherent. Are you now, are they talking about brick? I don't know. These people are so confused. Here you are talking about Brigi. You say they say you should keep Brigi. And now you say that the person you are choosing is going to be representing the interest of the United States of Biafra. I don't know where that is coming from. You are here projecting that they say that you should hold the structure of Brigi and remain on Brigi. And at the same time, you say, including representing the interest of the United States of Biafra. Which United States of Biafra are you going to represent? Which one? Which one? Which one? Is it the same one that was declared, or there's another one you're talking about? When you don't even acknowledge the declaration, you don't even support it, you don't even acknowledge it, you condemn it completely, and you say that they should go back to the old structure and stay on that Brigi. At the same time, you are still telling to people to migrate. That is why I first of all read that very prescription that our Prime Minister, our Deputy Prime Minister gave. That prescription is very, very heavy. That prescription is very heavy, and they should try and get it. It is free. Sometimes you don't get such things free, but she gave them that prescription free. And maybe when they are watching programs and comments of people, they will now understand that they have to go for treatment. They need to. Both first and second command were sadly, evidently disobeyed by Dr. Ngozi. Now you see. Now you see. Okay, now you see. You say both first and second command were sadly, evidently disobeyed by Dr. Ngozi. The first command was that Dr. Ngozi should be the surrogate. That was the first that was ordered. The first information that came is that Dr. Ngozi should be the surrogate, standing for Mazi Simon Ekpa until he joins us. That was the first. And Dr. Ngozi obeyed and followed it immediately. She followed up immediately. The only people who refuse to fall in line are these fallen angels. And it is clear. But here in the write-up, the woman who claimed to be the lawyer who they are writing on her behalf said that both first and the second command were suddenly, evidently disobeyed, and begin to mention Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. And you and I know that the only people that disobeyed that instruction, both the first and even if I thought there was any second at all. Now let us focus on the first, which I'm very sure of, about the surrogate. The very first one, that she should be the surrogate. They disobeyed it, and none of them accepted that she is the surrogate of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Then how would somebody who claimed to be a lawyer be writing here in the write-up, trying to say that it is Dr. Ngozi Orabueze who never obeyed that? What it means is that Dr. Ngozi Orabueze refused to be the surrogate of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Dr. Ngozi Orabueze refused to represent Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is what it means. That Dr. Ngozi Orabueze refused to guide the Biafrans until Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is what this message is implying. Which every one of us know that is a lie from the pit of hell. And not only being disobedient, did she go forward and created her own shadow cabinet with no permission, authorization, and legitimization of the Brigi and Mazi Simon Ekpa. These are a bunch of idiots and clowns. The Brigi you are talking about, every one of us have seen a video that was released from the cabinet meeting, which Dr. Ngozi Orabueze was chairing. And in that meeting, one of them came in after rendering insult and abuse, and he went away. He left. So I don't know where these people think that they can just come and write anything and then people believe. Then he went ahead to say, the rest of Dr. Orabueze's activity do not even earn the space to be mentioned here. He said, the rest of Dr. Orabueze's activity do not even earn the space to be mentioned here, since all actions in it, including so-called dissolving of the Brigi and her enacting pretense and reckless bills, such as the right to carrying firearms, using her misguided group and some astray-led persons, including Mr. Uche Obi, are so clearly against Mazi Simon Ekpa will. You see this bunch of clowns, that Mazi Simon Ekpa is against self-defense. That is what they are telling us. What this letter is saying here is that Mazi Simon Ekpa is against self-defense. How can any human being believe that Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko that we know is against self-defense? How can any Biafra, you even in your dream, even in your wildest dream, how can you ever believe that Mazi Simon Ekpa is against self-defense? How can anybody imagine that? Some of this nonsense they are talking here, these are things that Mazi Simon Ekpa confirmed on video. And I have played some of the videos on my beginning of the program. I play it on my program. That was one of my programs I play here, where Mazi Simon Ekpa said that self-defense is the alternative. Even Mazi Nandekano promoted self-defense. And today, look at what they are writing. Then the government, as we are in the government, legitimizing it and indoctrinating it and making it, passing it as law, that we must defend ourselves, become a crime. And now they are saying clearly that Mazi Simon Ekpa does not support self-defense. The Mazi Simon Ekpa believes that every right-thinking individual should recognize these activities as illegitimate, dangerous, and destructive to the great cause of internationally recognized, respected, and independent United States of Biafra. These are a bunch of idiots. Even the person that, I don't know why this woman is subjecting herself to mockery, allowing them to use her letter heading to write. At least we know who wrote it. You saw Obong, the idiot that addressed Mazi Simon as Obong, which we don't know. You know, these people are very fond of using fake names. They are very fond of using fake names. Already, that name Obong there has made these very documents irrelevant. That name Obong has made the document. We don't know who they are talking about. Maybe they have created their own Simon Ekpa, their own imaginary Simon Ekpa. They can create their own and go ahead with it. He went ahead to say, Mazi Ekpa feels deep sadness, realizing the havoc the action described above have already created, not speaking of the bad reputation caused by constant internet posting by Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze in the guise of using on behalf of the Prime Minister in her quest for fame and power. The only people that we know that have the quest for fame and power are this bunch of clowns. Every one of them know. And when you go and see the post of our Deputy Prime Minister, every single post she has made there is to promote Biafra. Every single post you see in her platform is to promote Biafra and expose the atrocities of Nigeria against Biafra. How is that against the struggle? How is posting information against Nigeria, revealing the secret, revealing the atrocity of Nigeria, which Mazi Simon Ekpa did to the highest level? Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze is not even posting anything. Mazi Simon Ekpa did the posting to the highest level. And look at some idiot coming today to try to concoct one thing. And I don't know what made them think that Biafrans will just read it and just digest it and take it in and run home with it. I don't know where they get this belief from. I don't know what is really empowering them to think that the Biafrans will just come, read this thing, take it and run. It is sad. It is sad. It is sad and shameful. In her quest for fame and power, she blackpaints her fellow countrymen. Look at it. She blackpaints her fellow countrymen and women who are working to the great cause of Biafra. And ask me, remove your jealousy, remove your envy. Sincerely speaking, who are the ones blackmailing and blackpainting people? I have never seen any video where Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze did any video to project them as something. But you can see many videos where these idiots have cartooned. They cartooned our Deputy Prime Minister. They wrote nonsense on her name. They marked something on her face. And they do so many things. They did so many things. The videos are still online. And this clown is writing this, thinking that Biafrans will see this. And now, she makes false statements and broadcasts using her illegitimate group that is not an authoritative organ of Biafra. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is sad. This is sad. This is really, really sad. I never believed that these people can descend this low. And that is why I say it is very bad for you to go. That sometimes when you go, There's a level you go in your corruption and destruction, you will never come back again. Your soul will be sealed with iron that you can never come again. When especially deceiving Biafrans, when you go into deception to deceive Biafrans, your situation will be worse than that of Judas. Even when you try to repent, you cannot. You will not have the opportunity to be alive and receive the forgiveness from the people. You won't. That is the level they are going now. I continue to read. It says, Mazi Simon Ekpa maintains that his direct command is for Dr. Orabueze to fully stay away from any publicity, including social media. He is also asking Biafrans to know the following. That Dr. NgoziOrabueze should be out of social media. In your dreams. He said that Biafran should know the following. That Mr. Ogenkere is the acting prime minister with his full support, and Biafran must give him support. This is arrant nonsense. We don't know who is Ogenkere. Ogenkere is nobody. There is nobody called Ogenkere that we know now. If there is somebody that is called Ogenkere, the person should come out and tell us and give us his birth certificate, and we will see the birth certificate and see what is written there, and then we confirm the name that is there and know that he's a human being. As far as I know, nobody owns this name. That is why I don't mention this name. I'm mentioning this name now because of the letter I'm reading. Apart from this thing I'm reading, I don't mention the name because such name doesn't exist anywhere. It doesn't exist. Some people say it's a nickname. Some people say it's somebody's name. Some people say it's one Elijah, whatever's name. So I think Mazi Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister, cannot descend so low to begin to associate himself with somebody, such an invisible person. No, we have gone past that stage. We are in a time where we have to know the people we are dealing with, and we deal with humans, not spirits. As far as I know, there is nobody called Ogenkere. So that very part doesn't exist. That the Briggy is the only legitimate government that will liberate the United States of Biafra and get recognition for Biafra using the structure the Prime Minister already put in place, including the lobby and legal representation. You see the mad people. You see what they say? That Briggy is the only legitimate government that will liberate the United States of Biafra. These people are very stupid. These people are very stupid. The United States of Biafra that have already been declared. Is it the same United States of Biafra that have been declared already? That you yourself attended the declaration. All of you attended the declaration. Is it the one you are talking about? Is it the same one that Samuel will tell us that after the declaration, we go ahead and pursue recognition and that the government will be dissolved? I didn't say it. It is not all of us that found it. Samuel said it in his own word. He said it. He said it. You don't come out of your own hide somewhere and begin to write things that doesn't make sense. Everything that's written here, it doesn't make sense. You see? He said that Dr. Orabueze and also must stop deceiving and confusing Biafrans by using his name and stop impersonating his person in any way. This one is just writing like the brothers of Mazi Nnamdi. That was how they were writing to Mazi Simon Ekpa. They threatened to take Mazi Simon Ekpa to court to stop using the name of Mazi Nnamdi. Exactly the same thing they were doing to Mazi Simon Ekpa. That's what they're doing to NgoziOrabueze. But unfortunately, these ones don't even have any level. Number one, they are not even officials in the United States of Biafra. You are not even brother to Mazi Simon Ekpa. You are not anywhere directly related to Mazi Simon Ekpa. So you don't even have any right to begin to write on this one or say that somebody should not use his name or somebody should not talk about. We are talking about our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. Our Prime Minister, he is a public official, and every Biafran has the right to use his name and picture as they like. Every Biafran has the right to use his name and picture. He's a public official. He is our Prime Minister. This is exactly what the brothers of Mazi Nnamdi did when they wrote to Mazi Simon Ekpa. You saw it. Kanu was saying, "Oh, don't use the name of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Don't use his picture. Oh, sue him. Do this one." And they saw how it ended. And today they are repeating the same style, the same thing. These are a bunch of idiots. That Mr. Uche Obi must understand that so far he has betrayed his trust. He must stop henceforth enabling the activity of Dr. NgoziOrabueze, including using letterheading bearing the Prime Minister's name and office. The Prime Minister believes that all Dr. Orabueze and Mr. Uche Obi have done endangers Biafra and sets the Briggy agenda backward. These are a bunch of clans. This Uchobi that is being placed, this Mr. Uchobi is a right-hand man of Mazi Simon Ekpa, and he lives in Finland. This is one of the key things that every Biafra must know. This Uchobi lives in Finland, and he's somebody who is very close to Mazi Simon Ekpa. The very first time Mazi Simon Ekpa was called in for questioning, when we were worried, everybody was worried and shouting and shouting. When Mazi Simon Ekpa came back from that very questioning, he told us that we should not get worried when he doesn't speak until we hear from this Uchobi. That is to show you how far Mazi Simon Ekpa trusts Uchobi. That until we hear from Uchobi, we should not begin to shout that he was kidnapped or whatever. That until we hear from him, whatever statement we hear from Uchobi, we should follow it and take action. That was a direct instruction which Mazi Simon Ekpa gave after he came out from the first time he called question. I didn't say somebody told me. I was in the meeting where Mazi Simon Ekpa was speaking and saying, do not get worried when you don't hear from me. Make sure you hear from Uchobi. Then he was the European rep. If you hear from European rep, whatever he says, then you will know if I have a problem or not. And this man, Uchobi, is in Finland. Do you think there is a serious situation, a serious message, or something that Mazi Simon wants to deliver, and he cannot invite Uchobi or direct somebody to go and meet Uchobi and speak with him? This person is in Finland. Or he cannot put a request to speak to this Uchobi. This Uchobi, he is in Finland, and a top official of United States of Biafra was a top official of Briggy. A very top official, a senior official, and he is living in Finland. And this man is not in line with all this their idiocy. Now they dragged him into the issue. They say that he has betrayed his trust, that he has betrayed the trust of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Now you understand that this is a well-trusted, the trusted person that Mazi Simon will have among the Biafrans in Finland. And they confirmed it here. By using this word, they say he has betrayed his trust. This man is with Dr. Ngozi and supports everything the United States of Biafra is doing. Today, he is, I think he's in charge of the foreign affairs today. He's in charge of the foreign affairs, no longer the European Union. He's in charge of the foreign affairs. And this man is living in Finland. That is why when I see some of them who are joining, oh, what is happening to Mazi Simon Ekpa? They begin to guess, oh, do this, call there. A senior officer or a senior official of United States of Biafra is in Finland, lives in Finland, well connected also. A right-hand of man of Mazi Simon Ekpa, when it comes to the issue of this very struggle, he's living in Finland. Why don't you ask yourself, what has this man said? Where is he? Why is he staying on board, on course with Dr. NgoziOrabueze? And they have tried everything to confuse him. Initially, the first time they tried to hijack the man, they tried, including traveling to Finland. They sent that their invisible man, that one that has double name, to go and meet him. And he went there, he was not able to convince him. Just like Martin Nanakana said, there are people who are unbribable. There are Biafrans who are unbribable. Not one, not two. Forget about when they say Biafrans love money. There are Biafrans you cannot buy with money. There are many, many Biafrans you cannot buy with the money, no matter how much you have. And I bet you Uche is falling into that category. Because from day one, they went after him. They tried to drag him to their angle to fight against the United States of Biafra under the command of our Deputy Prime Minister, but they didn't succeed. Now even if you don't believe what I'm saying, for them to bring this very thing they wrote here, he has betrayed his trust. That Uche has betrayed the trust of the Prime Minister. You will now understand that this is a trusted man. This is somebody that the Prime Minister trusts so much, and he believes in him. And with all this, their letter writing and propaganda and message, have you ever had Uche come and say anything? Have you ever had him coming to drag them or talk to them or shout on them or begin to follow them and do all this their social media saga? There are people who have dignity. There are people who are disciplined. There are people who knows why they were born and what they are called to do, and they are doing it. He said, lastly, I am very aware that Dr. Orabueze had tapped all my discussion with her. The woman is still writing. They are writing on behalf of the woman. Lastly, I am very aware that Dr. Orabueze has stopped all my discussion with her, but I am sure that clever and wise Biafrans sure understand that my speaking with her was to deliver instruction from the Prime Minister. No other reason. Using and posting my words, even cutting and joining them to suit her selfish interests, shows that she confesses my position of being the PM's attorney and spokeswoman, even though she refuses to follow the command of the PM. She never indicted. Why are you scared of her bringing your words out? Even she never did. You were the person that dragged yourself out, and she brought out exactly what you said. And it's on video. This is very first order you are talking about now, that Mazi Samanega said that she should be the surrogate. She should keep the mandate. It is a simple thing. You confirmed it here, the first instruction. So she had not bring anything to indict you. Even if maybe there is something you have said that you are scared she's going to bring out. Our Deputy Prime Minister is a tactician. She will bring it out at the right time. You're already afraid. Maybe there is something, I suspect there is something you must have told her, that you are scared. You are praying to God that it will not come out. Don't worry. When the time comes, it's going to come out. Don't worry. Don't be too fast. Don't be too fast. Don't be too fast. When the time comes, she's going to bring it out. She's not that type that runs ahead of time. No. She allowed Chukwu Okokabema to lead and she follows. So don't be afraid. Not now. Now, this message is written only in unalterable form and delivered to the publicized only by the person chosen by Prime Minister Ekpa. That this message was authorized to be publicized only by the person chosen by Prime Minister Mazi Ekpa. Mr. Emmanuel Maduabum, on behalf of the acting Prime Minister. Mr. Ogechkunkere. You see how idiotic these people are. You see how idiotic these people are. Let's see. I think the last part of the letter. Yeah, that's the final part of the letter. And he came here. It says date, place of signature, Lati, 14th of February 2025. This was yesterday. 14th yesterday. Lati, it says date, place, and signature. Lati City on the 14th of February 2024. This document is undesigned by the so, and come back and say Simon Ekpa, LLAB Minister, Prime Minister, Lati Finland, and all that. Marine Master of Law and Lati Guinea. Oh my God, this is laughable. This is laughable. You see, that is why I chose the topic I chose today, for you to know that these people have come to their end. There is nothing remaining. They have come to their end, and there is no place to hide. The end has finally come. Many of you must have got your hand into these documents. If you have not seen it, you go and read it over and over again. Then you will understand that their end has come. They have lost out going after the men on the ground. They threatened the men on the ground, and they lost it. Now they are coming back to their usual propaganda, writing a letter and addressing our Prime Minister as Obong. They first of all destroyed their own letter by themselves, addressing as Obong. Oh my God, God have mercy. It is laughable, but we must continue. You're welcome, Anderson, my brother. Thank you so much for joining, Anderson. Let's go ahead and hear from you, Anderson. Speak to us. Let's hear you if you are there.
Good morning from my end. But you are doing a wonderful job. Like I used to pray, God Almighty will reward and bless you. You will live to celebrate the wonders that God will do in Biafra land. And we also will celebrate all of you that are working to net to make sure that Biafra is eventually freed from the shackle of the demonic kingdom.
See?
Really, you are taking time to read this nonsense and written by these criminals. First and foremost, I want to let this white woman understand that we are Biafrans. What we mean by Biafrans, to understand that Biafrans mean people who are wisdomly gifted.
Yes.
She did not think that maybe being a white woman or whatever, she will just come and concoct it right up and post it and or paste it out there, and the Biafrans will start, celebration or following it. In fact, some of this Western world doesn't know who Biafrans are. And that's why they think that we're the kind of people that can be carried away by all this Western color or any sort of kind of inferiority complexity. You see, it is very clear. We don't need anybody to tell us who is in the right direction leading Biafra or really fighting that Biafra to be free now, today, not even tomorrow, today. The handwriting is on the wall. It's written on the wall. What they wrote here cannot be compared with what the hopeless US and the IPOB Nigerian did during the kidnap of our leader. It doesn't come even close. It doesn't come close at all, because what they did during the kidnap of our leader, the US and IPOB Nigerian did was so terrible. Terrible indeed that if not that Biafrans are wise and Biafrans are people who know the right person, many, in fact, what they did was enough to even collapse the Biafran struggle. And by now, we don't have anything to talk about any longer.
Yes.
This that they wrote here to me is just like a child's play. To show you how hopeless and non-entity this useless Nkere, idiot, a criminal name, and the jealous, wicked so-called Bambamba and Akwarawa, let you know how evil and stupid they are. They told us, they like you said, one of them swore by his word that he can never obey that is Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, because she's a woman. And look at them licking the acts of a white woman, thinking that when a white woman concoct a write-up, Biafran will start, getting rich or jumping up and down. No. We'll begin to jump around. You know that the Biafrans they are talking about them are wiser than anybody that, in as much as that thing has to do with human nature. I'm not talking about predatory being. Even as that knowledge has to do with human nature. Nobody should come and present all these shenanigans before us, because it doesn't move us. It's sounding very, very foolish. To me, it took a lot of time trying to read it, although it is for the interest of those who are far from the scene. But for like us, people like us who are really Biafrans in their heart, in every aspect of our life, we're Biafrans. I don't see what all these people we have to present. I don't see anything that they will present on the ground that will make us to feel as if they are doing anything special, or they will use that to maybe change our mind from following the real person. See, I may not be privileged because of the factors of Nigeria and where I find myself. If I was privileged to be in diaspora, by now I would have gone far in this media world of a team. Because I have been following Mazin and I have been following this struggle from the time of Uwazurike. And as soon as Uwazurike derailed, I don't need anybody to come and tell me that things are not working well again with Uwazurike. Then I started hearing information from Mazin in 2012, talking about the great things that Biafra is going to do, how we have scientists in Ireland and many of our scientists over the whole world that can put something together that will make the whole world know that Biafrans are people or are children of God. I followed him until the kidnap. As soon as he was kidnapped, the DOS that showed him did everything humanly possible to make sure that this struggle is being buried so that they can eat the blood money they collected in selling our screen leader. went every far, and there is nothing human being will do that people did not do to make sure that Biafra was brought down, so that they can go and they sit in the comfort zone and eat that blood money. But they forget that you don't eat blood money. There is nobody that betrayed his brother or his sister because of money that go in peace to live a comfortable life.
Never.
Sometimes people see things happening, my people, because of human wickedness, envy and jealousy, they will never learn their lesson. Let me tell us one thing. That happened to Judas after he betrayed Jesus Christ was a tip of an iceberg to what is going to happen to these people that have betrayed Biafrans. To be frank and sincere, all you see them running around and they're trying to see, they're in a kind of a tension because they know that they've caused a lot of calamities and damages to Biafrans, and Biafrans are not happy with them. They themselves know that Biafrans is not following them, Biafra is not happy with them. And I don't even know where that nonsense and evil knowledge is coming into them, telling them that they can impose leader on Biafrans. That you can't impose leader. Biafrans know who is their leader. By your step, Biafra will follow you. By your action, Biafra believes in you. It is not by writing or bringing a concocted write-up from somebody that we don't even have regard for. The woman that she's not being who she whatever she may be, or being who she may be there as an advocate or whoever, doesn't move us. She's not a Biafra in the first place, and she's not a voice to Biafra, and she cannot speak for Biafra. And she should be informed that Biafra are the kind of people that you cannot impose any leader on them by your write-up or by your manipulations. You can only bleed Biafrans when your ways are right and pure.
Exactly.
And that was why our leader said that Biafra is whiter than white. What is happening now is the defining moment. Biafra is not going to, we're not going to enter Biafra. I know very soon it's going to come into reality. Already, Biafra is already there. You're getting recognition all over. But there is no any stain that will enter Biafra land. This, as you see happening, is the last step. And this is the last refining moment to refine the wheat, to separate the wheat and the chaff. So these people you see doing all this is, they know that they're already hooked up. And like you said, even if they repent today, with which mind do you think that we Biafrans will forgive them with this kind of enormous damages and pain they've caused for us? If not that this is a divine mandate, don't you know that these people are, what they are doing is enough to make sure that by now nobody talks about Biafra again, because they are so wicked and unrepentant in their hearts. They are unrepentant, even though you give them from now to the kingdom, even though Biafra, when the Biafra will start marching as a government and doing everything in their own sovereignty, these people will still be going against the Biafran government. I'm telling you, they will still stand to fight against Biafra. So one thing that gives me joy is that we're kind of people that God has blessed with wisdom. It does not matter whether we go to school or not. Wisdom is our nature. The language we speak, the Biafran language is a wisdom itself. So by so doing, any idiot can come around from anywhere and concord whatever he or she wants, and using Nkere and his useless group, maybe thinking that we can be distracted. That is just a fallacy of the 21st century. That will not stand the test of time. It will not even move us, even for an inch. It's not even stand for a night. So they can go and get busy, writing rubbish and doing all their nonsense. On daily basis, they are losing their effort. If you assess or you check their platform, you discover that nobody is going with these people. And the pain is not allowing them to have a rest. Anyway, if you are wise enough, by the time you are trying to fight a cause and you discover by assessment, you see that people around you is not following you, you withdraw. 2 days back, I heard Uchemefo spoke. I wanted to get provoked. I said, anyway, I will respect Uchemefo for one thing. And that's that after he betrayed the trust, after he betrayed the trust that Martin African gave to him, he put himself aside and never make any useless utterances until a few days back when he came telling the whole world that these people feeling themselves about trying to separate them because are being foolish, that they are inseparable. So he won my respect in that regard. He really betrayed Biafrans, he betrayed Namdekano. But since after then, this man respected his head, he doesn't talk anyhow. He doesn't form any gang and begin. They may be doing this on underground or which we may not know. But he doesn't come on social media to castigate or to even when the DOS and the DPMD Nigeria are busy doing everything they can do to see that if they can push their money around, which will never make any utterance. He kept mute. Was okay with what he has received, and he knew he has fallen out from the track. So until a few days when he came out these few days, he talked responsibly, trying to make them understand that what they are thinking about releasing Nnamdi Kanu and the case is not true. It is very basic. Certain, I've said it before now. This is not a struggle that Imagine Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa or even Ojuki said just came up and started it. This is a divine mandate.
Yes.
It's a divine mandate. There is no man born of a woman that can reverse the clock. You cannot take us back. You can only, all these things will happen so that we will have enough history to write. Sometimes these white people, they come out, anytime they see the saboteurs among the Biafrans, they derive joy. Because they believe that they have seen people among the Biafrans that they will use to also continue their complicity in the evil that are happening against Biafrans. Not that they are working or they have any good interest for Biafra, but the joy is that they have seen the evil one among us that they are going to use to continue their evil, their complicity, the conflict of the evil they are doing against us. But one thing is that they've what's it called? What they call him? The other attorney who sometimes a few days back, as soon as the Detain Act started, he was very much close with Nkele, the one that they traveled to America during the Trump inauguration together. These were Elias, thank you very much. People that are busy always making fool of themselves. They don't know that we don't see all this is regard human being. It is what you offer in reality that we respect. And by the time you offer the stupidity in you, you're on your own. You make yourself a foolish product, and nobody will regard you. I'm very sorry, and I feel pity for Nkele, Akbarawa, because not even the end, while they are living, their state of living is going to be miserable. And they will end miserably as well. I studied these people psychologically as soon as this issue started. From their appearance and from the way they address this, I knew quite well that these are wicked demons that the Nigerian government and the agents of demons are seen among the Biafrans, thinking that they can use them to suppress what God has destined to be. This is a predestined act that nobody can take it away. Let everything. Look, who will believe that what happened in the court last Monday will be like that? The shocking of the. In fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, that he's going to destroy Nigeria with only the truth and nothing but the truth. That is the truth you see that took place in the court last Monday, when he was trying to tell the whole world. The whole world was shocked to hear, and Nigeria as a whole was shocked to hear what they never heard before. Nobody believed that Nnamdi Kanu can still be as strong. Yes, nobody believes that he can still be as strong and bold. The lion in him.
They thought they had broken him down.
They thought they had broken him down. This man, let me tell us one thing. If Nigeria and the Western allies that are complicit in all this evil knew what is going to happen to them, before God and man, they will quickly let Biafra go now. The earlier they leave Biafra to go now, the better for them to some extent, because not that they will go scot-free. Even when we feel like forgiving them, heaven will not forgive them. Because the evil they've done against us is so much that even when we have decided to forgive them, heaven will not forgive them.
Never.
So they are running up and down, trying to see whether they can escape with the evil they are doing and what they will still do. I am not worried. I am not perturbed at all in all these things that is happening. I'm a real Biafran. I'm a real Biafran in the heart. And I know all these things will take place. I used to say it and I keep saying it. We're fighting against powers and principalities in high places. Nigeria is not a problem. Fulanis can nobody put all of them together in Nigeria. They cannot stand us for a month for us to be free. But the forces in the high places that are making, their livings from the corrupt entity, the cesspool called demonic name given by demonic kingdom called Nigeria. We will always be there trying to see how they can suppress us and relegate us to a very low background. But they should always mark every of their step and all the evil they've been doing to us from before independence and with their flag independence, and even after the flag independence to the time of the 1967 Civil War down to 1970, come to this very day. They can never go scot-free. I bet you. Look at what is happening. Let me tell us, for Trump to come into power, it is a divine mandate. Let alone what is going on in this world. The evil ones, the demonic agents from Britain cut across the whole world. It's too much in number. They don't want Trump to come back to that office. This same Trump was the one that made the whole world see the shame that happened, that America can be so shamelessly to rig an election before even the face of a little child that doesn't know what is corruption during the time of Biden. Election was rigged because they want to rig him out of office as a result of who he is, standing against injustice and all the demonic practices that the whole world is promoting. Now, and America should be very careful. Americans don't know what is happening. America doesn't know the risk they are taking in supporting the Democrats. You see the Democrats you see in America, Democrats doesn't have America in their hearts. Democrat is an Islamic party. Democrat is always there to sponsor and promote the agenda of Islam all over the whole world. And if you are doubting me, observe the role of Obama during his 8 years administration. Obama did not do anything tangible for Americans. He was busy promoting the affairs of the Islamic world. What happened in Nigeria in the 2015 elections? Every meeting that you see them, they had at Saudi Arabia, different places outside Nigeria, and the system of how they are going to conduct the election to reach out Jonathan was the handwork of Obama and the Democrats. From the tip of their tongue, they tell you they're America, but I'm telling you, in their hearts, they are having Islamic agenda deep down in their hearts. And if America is not careful, this Democrat is going to overthrow America and establish, even if they don't overthrow America, a time shall come when America will become an Islamic nation. That is the secret agenda. Everything you see that's going on, the Islamic agenda going around the whole world, Obama and many the notable members of Democrats are secretly involved behind the scene. In Nigeria's contest, when they did it against Jonathan, he did not hide his feeling. Everything, they were always, being pally with Nigeria, a partner in crime. By then, the same thing. Tell me anything good coming from Democrats. Obama, even before Trump came to power, even before the election, they have already made their assessment from their spiritual world to know if this man is going to succeed. Knowing that he's going to succeed, that was why the attempt to kill him was being carried out during that period before the election. God wants to use Trump for a purpose. And if Trump wants to succeed, if Trump wants to reestablish America, and like he said, that he's going to make America great again, the only way to break the yoke and the chain of the wicked world fighting against America and Trump itself is to support the freedom of Biafra. Frankly speaking, if Trump will allow Biafra, give Biafra the support they needed, and Biafra is free, America is totally free from the shackle of the wicked Democrats. And Trump himself is a free man. The Britain you see is an enemy. Britain as a government you see. If there's anyone that hated Trump, in fact, Britain is number one that hated Trump. They are the number one that hated Trump. Look at the evil that has been going on all these years. If not for Trump, let me tell us one thing that happened during the COVID-19 saga. Africa would have been reduced to a kind of a maximum level that you will come to Africa, you begin to wonder what has happened. It was because Trump stand against the evil plot and also the shenanigans of the climate change, this and that. These are the means of making the foolish money and the wicked money that brought about what he called the gate to come and tell us that after 6 months in your house, for you to go out, you're going to take the gate vaccine. What the gate you are into Microsoft system? What bringing you into medical field? That is to let you know that there are powers in high places that's always coming together to make sure that this world doesn't have peace. And the seat of that demonic kingdom is the Britain you are seeing and the France. The evil that is going on in this world and the fight, the war, and everything that you see going on in this world. Look at Britain, look at France. These people, they have vowed that they will not allow this world to have peace unless they keep at it. For this world to have peace, we will do to their own disadvantage. And that is why they're always rubbishing everything. And I'm speaking here that Trump should see it. They should not underrate or take it that Biafrans are talking. The only way to break the yoke and the chain of the wicked ones, the evil target against America, is that Trump, please, we know that we just need the support. We know that God is leading for us, but in everything, God will see somebody to accomplish a purpose. Trump should be instrumental. This is 2 times he has now. He should make use of it and see how he can free and support the freedom of those countries that are going for their freedom, the Catalonians, the Amazonians, the Biafrans, and every country that wants freedom. As soon as he is able to establish this frankly speaking, Trump has won his enemy for eternity. Because they are fighting, and the way you see them, look at what happened. Every time that something of this interest, every time we are trying to succeed, and it's seemingly as if Israel will support the Biafrans, then that is when you see these people from the Britain and the French government, they are the one that used to cause this problem between the Arab world and Israel. They are the one that used to instigate it. So that Israel be distracted. If there's any way they can come in to get help or support the Biafrans, they will not. But they have to go and fight to defend their own territory. Somebody whose house is burning, is on fire. How will you be thinking of going out to go and help somebody who is in problem? There's a lot of secret agenda that is going on in secret places. But I am begging that Trump, please, should see this opportunity that God has given to him as a means to reset the face of this whole world. Look at the step he's taking. I am believing that in no distant time, Ukraine, this war between Ukraine and Russia will come to a full stop. Who are the people that orchestrate that arrange this war? It is in the Western world. How can you be dragging, inciting brothers? How can you be forcing people to be where they don't want to be? Just because of fear of threats. They caused this problem. They instigated Ukraine to start fighting war against Russia. And I don't see the fault of Russia. Some people want to see Russia. How can you do a fault? Somebody is trying to come and build an armament at your window door, at the window of your house. And because you are not wise, you say, okay, for the sake of peace, they should go ahead and no. It is Russia that is fighting to live independence. Many people are saying that Ukraine will not. Why did they not follow the treaty? And you want to go and join NATO? What is this NATO for? A group of evil military plans that anytime they want to fight some kind of people like a country that they hate, then they will come together with one voice so that the whole world.
What's going on? Think you have a network issue. We cannot hear you, brother. I think that's the network problem. So while we wait for him to reconnect back and speak to us, Biafrans, you must know that today is fundraising for the United States of Biafra states in homeland. Make sure you are part of that fundraising that is going to take place today. It is very important for us to be part of it. Don't allow anybody to distract you. And before our brother join, let us see some updates. Some updates in the Biafran platform. Let's see the update we have here. The update we have. Let's see some of the update we have. This is the parents of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I think their remembrance is the remembrance of the parents of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is posted on our United States of Biafra platform. And statement says, On behalf of the United States of Biafra citizens, the United States of Biafra government remembers and celebrates our past heroes, heroines, the parents of the Biafran leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Royal Majesty Sir Israel Okukanu, JP, and Lord Ugeze Sally Meme Okukanu. They died for the Biafran cause in the hand of the Nigerian terrorist forces after sustaining severe injuries inflicted on them by the deadly troops of the Operation Python Dance 2 of the Nigerian terrorist army in September 2017. The terrorist Nigerian military launched a deadly assault on His Royal Majesty home without any form of provocation, killing 28 other Biafrans in the process. We remember and celebrate them. It's a remembrance, and we have to continue to celebrate them. They died for the cause of Biafra. These are the parents of our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Sometimes it seems we forgot. He lost his two parents, and they were buried on the same day. The same day, the mother and the father were buried. They lost their life because of the attack on the Python Dance 2. Their home was attacked on the Python Dance 2, and they died because of the trauma and injuries sustained during that very Python Dance. These are one of the atrocities that the Nigerian government have committed against the Biafran people, and we will never forget. This is the kind of things that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will remember, and he will never look back. He will continue to represent Biafra and fight until the last breath. It is something that we must always remember. The next update says Nigerian Army ruthless criminal organization. Former spokesman tells Canadian Asylum Court. A former Nigerian Army spokesperson has cast the country's preeminent defense institution as a murderous, corrupt, overly criminal organization before a Canadian Asylum Court in Ottawa. These are things that are happening. Biafrans are not relenting. Biafrans are not relenting. They are speaking out on different fronts. That's why any place you are, you fight your own battle. Don't wait. Every one of us should open a front and begin to fight. There are many people on their different platforms, on TikTok, on Facebook, on it is a battle for freedom. You must continue to battle for your freedom. Speak up for yourself. When you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even in the presence of the enemy in their court, he said, I will continue to fight for my Biafra. I am fighting for Biafra, and I will continue to fight for self-determination. He said, that is why I'm fighting for Biafra. It is my right to fight for Biafra, and I will continue to fight Biafra. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could make that bold statement in the court, what about you? What about you? What is holding you? What is holding you? What is holding you? Look at the report that I just read now. Nigeria Army Ruthless Criminal Organization. Former spokesman tells Canadian Asylum Court. Former spokesman tells Canadian Asylum Court that Nigerian Army is ruthless and a criminal organization. A former Nigerian Army spokesman has cast the country's preeminent defense institution as a murderous, corrupt, overly criminal organization before a Canadian Asylum Court in Ottawa. The United States of Biafra government will openly continue to remind the federal government of Nigeria on its role in the ongoing genocide against Biafrans. So we are not stopping. Everybody is talking on their own side. Everybody is speaking loud. They can't stop us. They can never stop us. No matter what they try to do, they can never stop us. We will continue to expose every evil they have committed against the Biafrans. We will continue to expose them. We will continue to expose them. And there is no going back. Remember, yesterday there was, every Friday, For those who want their ID card, every Friday is a program for the ID card. Yesterday, I couldn't be able to stream it. I was busy. I couldn't be able to stream it yesterday. The time wasn't friendly with me, so I couldn't be able to catch up with the streaming yesterday. I believe most of you followed the program yesterday on the ID card. So for those of you who have not yet gotten their ID card, or those who want to apply, please don't miss that Friday program. That Friday program is a program where you ask your question about the ID card, make your contribution on that issue of the ID card, ask any question you want to ask, and make your contribution accordingly. It is a very important program on that ID card issue. So every Biafran should make sure that they partake on that very issue of the ID card. It is very, very important. Very important. Register. The first badge is there, and the second badge is about to be printed. So those who have not yet applied, you can apply so that you'll be part of the third badge. When the third badge is printed, you'll be part of them. So you can equally go back and watch the video and follow the instructions that are there. Very, very important. Very, very important. These are updates. You see, even their conventional media, they cannot help. All their newspapers are carrying the information. As our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, speaks, they know who is in charge. Even the zoo know who is in charge. So why will you, a Biafra, say you are confused? Have you ever seen them reporting anything that is said by somebody who doesn't have a name? Have you seen them reporting somebody who have double name, who is answering AKA? Have you seen any media reporting what he said? But the media knows that the United States of Biafra has been declared. And they saw the person that declared it on that very day, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister and the COS. And that is why anytime she speaks, they take it serious and they report it. What you are looking at on here is People's Daily. This is People's Daily. And you see the report of People's Daily. The report, Europe quest for oil resources, reason for killings in Biafra land, Orabueze. This is their newspaper reporting what our Deputy Prime Minister have tweeted, because they know that she is the legitimate person. So whatever she says, they tweet it. The same way they were tweeting the issue of Mazi Samanekwa. Some of you forgot. When Mazi Samanekwa was with us, anything she say, if Mazi Samanekwa says, the newspaper will carry it and they will tweet it. The same thing is what is happening today. So why would somebody say he's confused? You don't know who is the leader. Why would somebody somewhere will be writing a letter and be talking rubbish? Why would you tell the Deputy Prime Minister not to talk? You are writing some idiotic and foolish letters. And some people are paying attention. The newspaper of the zoo, they recognize, and no other media, they recognize the person that is in charge. How much more you that is the Biafran, you don't know who is your leader. I am sorry. If you are confused as a Biafran, I am sorry. This one is the Daily Times. You see? This one is Daily Times. And Daily Times report. It says, hold on. This is Daily Times reports. Daily Times here says, Europe quest for oil resources, reason for killing in Biafra land, Orabueze. They are reporting anything that our Deputy Prime Minister says, they will report it because she is the legitimate person and they know. This one is People's Daily. People's Daily report their own. The same thing. Europe quest for oil resources, reason for killing in Biafra land, Orabueze. Did you see them reporting anything that one criminal somewhere, an imposter somewhere who is claiming to be what he's not, posted? You see the Daily Times, you see all the media houses, all their newspaper reporting what our Deputy Prime Minister have said, and still yet you claim to be confused. You are claiming to confuse. Everything that she tweets, they will retweet it and they will show it. That shows you that if you are working with Dr. NgoziOrabueze, you are in the right path. You are in the right path. Do not fail to join the right path. We have another breaking news and update. It says, breaking. For the United States of Biafra 40-state homeland donation, use this information. This is the new account for donation from homeland. If you are in the homeland and you want to support the liberation of Biafra, every donation, we have a new account. It does not mean that the old one is not working. The old one is still there, and this is a new account. So if you want to make any donation, this is a new account for you to make a donation. Make your donation. This is the information. It is there in the public. It is posted on the Twitter handle of our Deputy Prime Minister. This is where anybody that wants to support Biafra, it is not compulsory. You must go and announce your name. If you want to announce your name, it is okay. You make your donation, then you can come on the day of fundraising, like today, by 7 p.m. You join the live, the Zoom. We join the Zoom meeting. You send in your information. You can announce the amount you have donated. If you want to make it silently, you can equally make it silently. It is not compulsory. You must come and announce it. All you have to do, make your payment, and then you send your receipt or you send your teller to your to any of the media member or your own coordinator, wherever you are. Very important. So this is the new account. Bank name, FCMB. Account name, NIK. Account number, 1029721094. Pharmacist Diana Eme, Secretary of Finance, Economic Development and Trade. That is the new account. For those of you who don't know, for donation today, remember today is the 40 states donation today. Today is the 40 days, 40 states fundraising. The fundraising that is going to happen today is not the individual fundraising, it's the 40 states. So you come and join and support your state. Everybody come and support your own state. Whatever money that is donated goes to the security of your own state. Remember the decentralization of the Liberation Army that was announced. In that decentralization of Liberation Army, every state will fund their own army. So wherever you are living, whether home or abroad, you can make your donation through this very account to your own state. Then all you have to do is to send the receipt and you write your own state. You write the state where you are donating from. You send the receipt to any of the media of the government. You can send your receipt to any of the media of the government or any of your coordinator, and you write the state where you want the money to be placed into. Then during the fundraising, it will be announced. If you don't want your name to be announced, just write the state where you want the money to be donated to. If you don't want your name to be called, just write the state where you want the money to be donated to for the security of your land, for our self-defense. We must defend ourselves. It is our right. Self-defense is our right. It is not a crime to defend yourself. You have the right to defend yourself. It is our right to defend ourselves. So every one of us should join the fundraising this evening. Join the fundraising. It's going to have to start by 7 p.m. Biafran time on Zoom. The Zoom link is already out there. So all you have to do is to join the fundraising during the meeting. And then if you want to announce your own donation, you are free to join the fundraising and announce it. If you want to do it silently, just go now and do it silently and send the receipt. Don't wait until that time. Just go and do it. And this is something you can do at any time. When Chukwu come and bless you, you just go and donate. The defense of Biafra land is mostly important today. When you are talking about restoration of Biafra fully on the ground, the enemy will not go without a fight. They will never just leave without a fight. That is why we have to prepare ourselves, and we are getting ready to engage them. We are going to engage them to the highest level. Do not get distracted. Do not get confused. So for those who are asking of the new account, some of them who we are pushing propaganda, as you all know, initially we are trying to push propaganda, and they say that the former account is an Islamic bank, and because it's an Islamic bank, they don't want to donate money in it. But they forgot that you can get your services from anywhere. You are complaining about Islamic bank, and you are entering Islamic flight. You enter their aircraft, you eat their food, you live in their country, and when they come to use the services, you begin to complain. So thank God that finally the government have provided another account. So if you're not comfortable with that one, this one is LCMB. The information is there. Take the information, make your donation, and send your receipt. May Chukwu Okike Abia Magara and protect us. The defense of our land is very, very important. It is something we must not play with. If you can play with anything, not the defense of our land. So today is the fundraising. You can see the link is already posted For those who are looking for the link, go to the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister or the platform of the government or any of our media warriors. You are going to see the link there. This is the fundraising of today. And it's going to start by 7 p.m. Biafran time. Make sure you are there. Make sure you are there to participate on that fundraising. Make sure you are there. Every one of us have to be there. And it is the 40 state fundraising. The 40 state of Biafra. 40 state of Biafra. Every one of us should be there. 7 p.m. Biafran time. We have to be there. Make your donation. Support the liberation of the Biafran people. Support your own state. All you need to do is to make your donation and you send your receipt and write your own state name. If you don't want your name to be right, don't write your name. Just write your state. If you want your name to be mentioned, write your name and write your state. During the fundraising, whoever you send your receipt to, we bring it forward and it will be announced. It is very important. Everybody must participate, no matter how little, no matter how small. As in little drop of river, little drop of water makes an ocean. Little drop of water, it makes an ocean. So whatever how small you have, make sure you register yourself on today. Through your state. Today is not an individual donation, it is state donation. When you call, you mention your state, and then you donate towards your state for the security of your state. And if you don't know your state by now, I don't know what you are doing. I don't know why you are waiting, because the state information are all there on our WhatsApp group, posted on Twitter, and everywhere. So if you don't know your state, go and verify your state, so that when you're making your donation, you will channel your money to your own state. It is part of the self-defense we are talking about. Everyone has to come out and we will defend our land. Very, very important. There is no going back, and we are going to win. Please, don't fail to be there. The link is already there, out. It's out there. The link is out there. So try and follow the link and join the fundraising this evening. It is very, very important. And it is for you. It is for me. It is for our future. We must not give up. This fight is our fight. Our enemy is not relenting. Our enemy is fighting in all corners, in our angle. They do not want to stop. And we will never give up. We will never give up. No matter how they try. No matter how they try, we will never give up. And I bet you we are getting to the end of the road. That is why you are seeing the enemies running. That is why you are seeing the enemies today shouting and bringing different tactics. They are fighting the fight of a dying horse. That is what you are seeing today. The fight of a dying horse is what you are seeing today. And I bet you we are going to defeat them. We are going to defeat them. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter which angle they do. We are going to defeat them. We are going to defeat them. Anywhere they gather, any angle they are, wherever they come from, we are going to defeat them hands down. So every Biafran, wherever you are, don't be afraid. They are falling. That is why you are seeing them behaving the way they are behaving. When you look at my topic, I say they are busted already. The beginning of the end for the saboteurs and blackmailers. Their end has come. That is what is happening today. The Deputy Prime Minister have nailed them, and the strategy is working perfectly against them, and they have nothing to do. Before we close the broadcast today and end it, let us hear these messages again from our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandeka. Before we leave.
I was told that in Kuwait they have categories of citizenship. They have the first class one, the second, the third, and the fourth. Is that what you said? They said those who are in the first class are those of them that fought the Iraqis when they came. Is that correct? Some people stayed here and they fought. They knew they would be outnumbered and overwhelmed, but out of honor and dignity, they stayed and they fought. And between you and me, I'm being very honest, if there is one thing we don't have as black people, we don't have honor, we don't have dignity. The police we have in our land are terrorists in uniform. The army we have in Biafra land are basically terrorists. They are there to aid and to support Fulani Janjaweed advancement to the Atlantic Ocean. And we are there to stop them, and we are stopping them, and will continue to stop them.
I want to encourage every Biafrans to be very, very, very resolute and focused. The difference between us, the Biafra people, and those that are blackmailing and propagating all manner of falsehood against us is that they are two-faced people, corrupt, very unbalanced people, and we are not two-faced. These people that are parading and spreading all this falsehood against us are those who believe in Biafra and they believe in Nigeria. So,
only one under his leadership must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who in this restoration process.
Fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that have joined us on this platform today from the beginning to the end. Thank you for being part of the program. We have come to the end of the program, and I wish every one of you a very happy weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and while you are enjoying your weekend, remember we have a program by 7 p.m. Biafran time. In that program of 7 p.m. Biafran time, it is a fundraising for the states. Make sure you are there. Answer your own name through your state. It is very important. May Chukwu Okike be our guide and protect every one of us. May Chukwu Okike be our guide and protect every Biafran that is watching wherever you're watching from. Chukwu Okike be our guide and protect our deputy prime minister. Protect our prime minister, Mazi Samuel, protect our supreme leader, Mazi Nandekan. We pray that no weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate every one of you. I wish you a very happy weekend. See you in the evening. Stay blessed.
Where you dey? We dey wait for you to come our way. Simon Ekpa, you dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Before it's too late, freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. We Simon Ekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Freedom now before it's too late. In unity we go destroy. Our guiding light. Biafra land, we want them strong. We Mama Biafra, yeah, I call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.